All right, class, we are going to do a cosmic calendar activity. Now, this activity requires us to put the entire history of the universe into one calendar year. We know that a calendar year is 365 days, and we know that the universe is 13.7 billion years old. And so we're going to set those timelines equal to each other. That is, on this one timeline, we're going to say that January 1st was the Big Bang 13.7 billion years ago, and that December 31st is right now. What we have to do is a little bit of math. We have to set 13.7 billion years equal to 365 days. This is the key. We're going to call this we can call this like a scaling formula, or we'll call this our conversion factor. It doesn't look like a factor, a ratio, or a fraction yet, but you shall see. Okay, so let's look at the worksheet that was passed out. At a quick glance, we can see that on this column, it tells us about different events: the Big Bang, the formation of our first neutral atoms, the formation of our first stars and galaxies, big events that occurred during the lifespan of the universe. And the given in this column is the number of years ago in real time that event occurred. So we know that the Big Bang occurred 13.7 billion years ago. The formation of the first stars and galaxies, that was around 13 billion years ago. What it doesn't give you is the number of days ago on the cosmic calendar. So we got to figure out if 13.7 billion years equals 365 days, then how many days ago was 13 billion years? Before we get into that, let me just show you how we're able to do some of the tricks that we're about to do. And it may seem like we're going off in a little weird direction here, but hang tight with me and you'll see how all of this works. Let me just show you some simple math really quick. If I told you that 5 was divided by, let me start even simpler. You would agree with me if I told you that 5 equals 5. That's a true mathematical statement. You would also agree with me that I told you that 5 divided by 5 equals 1. You would say that's also true. And most of you would also agree that anything times 1 equals itself. And that's also true. Well, we're going to need these 3 math rules in order to do our dimensional analysis, so it's called. So remember, let me sort of remove some of this gunk and copy this because we're going to need it. Copy, and we're going to paste that down here. So I'm telling you now that this is our new conversion factor, and we know that, or I'm telling you that 13.7 billion years equals 365 days. I'm scaling down 13.7 billion years into 365 days. Well, through the same math rules, if I wrote 365 days over 13.7 billion years, that equals 1. And we can now multiply anything we want by that, and it will stay itself. So we're allowed to multiply anything by this fraction, that conversion ratio. So let me see. I think I wrote it a little neater here. Okay, cool. Let me just copy this because we might need it later. All right. So let's figure out how to fill in this box right here.